Hey everybody. This today's topic is going to be about the different stages in a relationship, like the phases that you're going to go through when you first hook up or get with somebody, where you have that label as boyfriend and girlfriend. So here are the steps. Now we all know of the step, or the stage, should I say? The stages in a relationship is stage number one, the honeymoon stage. Now, the honeymoon stage is probably the happiest, most unrealistic point in a person's relationship, because it's just like everything is just clicking, You're seeing each other every day, everything is, oh, I love you, oh, you're so phenomenal, you guys are fucking every day. It's just like, it's the best. Like, it's, and usually this lasts, it depends on the couple, but it can last from anywhere from a few months to a year, or even more, depending on the people. But after this stage is unrealistic. No one's relationship is going to be in a honeymoon stage forever. Let's just keep that. I'm just keeping it real. You're gonna fall out of that, and then once you're out of that stage, then that's where the real relationship begins. And this is where a lot of people end up breaking up. After the honeymoon stage, because now it's like, damn, like, it was fun with this, it was great, and now I'm getting tired of this motherfucker, like, I can't stand this motherfucker now, and you end up leaving the person. Thought that, you had something, turns out you didn't, because, you were just, fucking each other, having a good time, just enjoying each other's company. And when the real relationship came around, like, when it's really time to buckle down, you kind of just like, fade away and kind of like, I have fun and it's time to move on. Now the next stage is going to be the rocky point. Every relationship has this. It's called the rocky point, or the rocky stage. It's when you have your first argument, basically, and you're going to have conflict. It's when your first argument and you're going to get mad at each other, and this is where most people break up, is what I'm saying. This is after the honeymoon stage. It's when you argue, and this is when the real relationship kicks in. It's like, okay, you start to really actually get to know the person and see them for who they really are. Now, this is the second stage. And if you can get through this stage, you're in pretty good shape. But that's not the last stage. It's not. There's one more. The last stage is I like to call it the conflict stage. Now, when I say this, it's not just an argument. This is when someone in a relationship, or both, fuck up real bad, like real good, like they fuck up, do something terrible, where it's like, it's basically so bad where it's the point where you're considering breaking up with that person. Like the other stage, right point, is just where you're just arguing a little bit. You're not thinking about breaking up with that person. You're just having a little, just some problems. This stage is where it's real fucked up, where you're thinking about, I'm gonna leave this motherfucker, like this is it. I'm thinking you're to that point. It's like it's that close. You're to that breaking point, and you basically give each other an ultimatum, like, look, either we're gonna fix this, or we're not gonna be together anymore. And every couple goes through this stage, and this is where you're in the danger zone. Like, this is where actually majority of couples end up breaking up at this point. You can make it through this point, this conflict stage, where you fuck up real bad, and it's gonna take a while to get over it, and you're really gonna. This is puts your relationship at a test. Like, this is a test for your relationship. If you can get through this, then you're in good shape. So, because it's no telling when it's gonna happen. It can happen in a few months. It can happen. You could do these stages real quick, but for the most part, like, this happens towards the end, later, and it takes sometimes years, or a few years, or a couple months, depending on the couple, for this stage to happen. But it will happen, and if you can get through this, you're in pretty good shape. I'm not saying that if you get through this, you're going to end up marrying the person. No, I'm just saying that you have a good relationship if you can get through adversity in your relationship. Everyone deals with it. If you can get through that, because society is like this. Society is not forgiving. Like, if you fuck up one good time, that's it. People are going to leave you, no questions asked. People don't forget, and they don't forgive for the most part. Most people are not forgiving. You fuck up, they done with you. That's it. It's over. Sayonara is done. Because for some reason people just don't tolerate bullshit, you know? Like, I mean, like God says you're supposed to be forgiven, but most people do not follow this philosophy of being forgiving. Don't forget, but be forgiving. It's just really hard to do that for most people. So that's why the best thing to do is to not fuck up at all. But no one's perfect, and you're gonna fuck up in a relationship. So yeah, just hopefully you don't fuck up too bad where it's like they can't forgive you. But like I said, that's why it's a test for relationship. If you can get through that last stage, the conflict stage, and actually get through all the stages, you're in good. Your relationship is in good shape. So keep that in mind and be prepared for these steps, these stages, should I say?